Howdy folks, and welcome back to ARK Scorched Earth Adventures with me, Scryptar, and a raptor running around there. Well, it can't get in. Why? Well, because I finished the fence, that's why. No, it's not yet finished. I still need to do the, let me just get out of K mode here, the interim pillars over here, those in-between pillars. Done a few over there. I used the spike walls we had left over from down there and put them up here. I think that's more than enough to keep stuff out. I might change over to pillars, I'm not quite sure yet. I might just do a regular fence. Stupid raptor. Put up the gate over here as planned, so that's in place. We have the pillars on the left and on the right. It's a recessed gate as all the others are, just, you know, to keep in tune. And we have nothing up there. I still do want to put up some spike walls up there just to be safe. And then we have the beginnings of a fence over here. That worked quite nicely. It connects over here. Well, connects is too strong a word, I would say. If I can get one or two more pillars on that corner, nothing should be able to fall in here. Of course, I have to extend these, make them a little higher. So, contradictory to the original plan to keep them that height, I will have to extend them a little. So what we get is like a nice curved shape. We have it all straight, and then we have to go up here. Seriously, bird. Trying to do a video here. Same as I'm currently doing over there. I guess that's the best explanation I can give you for now. So this is all straight, the top is aligned everywhere, and then we gradually go up there. So if something runs off from the plateau over there, it can't slide over this fence. That's the plan, at least. And then we'll see what else. Well, first of all, I want to finish this fence. I want to have this area secure. There should nothing spawn inside. I do get the occasional Jaboa, but I guess that just fits through there for now, so that's okay. Haven't seen anything else. I had one or two more Redatops in here, but they fell off the cliff before I had the spike walls there. So that's fixed, and from looking around here, there's nothing here. It's good. Next big thing I want to do, and that might not be popular with everyone, I want to tear down these walls. This courtyard was a nice idea in the beginning, and for setting up the start of the base, I don't want to call it a starter base because it's our final base, but for setting up the start of everything, this was a good idea, but you see, it became crowded rather quickly. And we want to do more. We want to do more taming, we want to do more breeding, we need room. And having this taming pen attached also was a good idea, if this was the only part of our base that we were actually using. And since we've now expanded to use the whole plateau, I don't need this attached at all. I'd rather have this pen attached to that wall over there. So we only need 3 sides to it. That would be quite nice. And you can just stand on top there and shoot in. We do a little platform there, like 6 foundations wide, 1 deep. We don't need more than that, so just something to stand on. I don't know. We will see. I get some ideas while I'm building that, I'm pretty sure. Also, I never really liked these towers. They're just looking too fragile. My initial idea was to keep this courtyard as it is and use the walls to put up some automatic defense, like auto turrets. But then again, I could just put up towers in strategic corners of the map, like where the plateau changes color here to the bright sand from the dark sand. I put a tower over there, and maybe put a tower over there. Maybe one down there, maybe put one on the plateau over there, so that we have 4 or 5 towers with a footprint of 2 by 2, and the top will be 3 by 3 when we place the ceilings on the edges of the walls. We could make it a 3 by 3 and have auto turrets on the outside, so that should give us 8 turrets and a hatch frame in the middle to go up and down when we need to replenish ammunition and all that stuff. But I do want to get rid of these walls. I do want to have a nice open area, and the gates are blocking view and everything. So yeah, all the effort in putting the cables in there and all of that, that will... it's not a waste. We had fun with this, and it worked. We had predators kept outside, and I had quite a few attacks here that didn't go anywhere because of the walls, so that's definitely nice. Platform with the cooker will stay, the well obviously will stay, and then we'll see what else we will do. Due to the solar panels, we can just get power everywhere we want on the spot. We don't need to refill them with anything, don't need gas or something like that, so we don't need to put up a centralized power station as we did in the past. I think that will be a nice thing. And these artifacts, I'm thinking about putting them next to the gate. On the inside or on the outside, I'm not quite sure yet. Just, you know, put them there as a light source and to show that it's our base. We have 3 different artifact types. I have 3 gates. So, one artifact for each type of gate, which means we need to go out to the first cave we visited 2 episodes ago and get another artifact. That shouldn't be a big deal. And just fly in there. Alright. Let me finish that fence. I'll meet you right back. Also, before I get doing this, perfect time to remind you guys, if you like the video, please go ahead and hit that like button. Share and tweet if you want to help the channel grow and we can do more of this awesome stuff. Also, consider subscribing if you haven't already to stay up to date with all new videos, including ARK, Hearts of Iron 4, soon to be Civilization 6, Mafia 3, I'm thinking about. It's a week until that comes out from where I'm standing. So, you know how that works, right? You've done it multiple times before. And I can tell you something. Once this is done, I can't see any pillars anymore. Here's an idea for a mod. How about a blueprint inscription workbench? So, how I would imagine that is, you basically craft yourself a workbench, like any other workbench that we have in the game, and then you can go and say, okay, I need 10 aqua berries and a water skin that you put in there, and that crafts you ink. And then you put thatch and fiber in there to craft notes. And as soon as you have that ink and thatch and fiber in there, this mod goes through your learned engram list. So whenever you get your engram points and you level up, and you say, okay, I now learn the stone pillars. And then you can go to your workbench and say, okay, since I've learned the stone pillars, I can now go in there and say, please inscribe these learned pillars as a blueprint. Now, why would I want that? Well, I can take the blueprint and put it in a smithy. And once that's in there, I can just let it craft while I'm doing this. Currently, I actually have to go, take the materials out of the smithy, stand next to it, and wait for stuff to craft, and then I need to put some more material in myself, in my inventory obviously, and craft some more. And I really much like to get around this and just have that in there. That's one too high. Dang it. Get that away. So, this is that, then the next one is this. Also, sometimes there's 2 snap points here due to the pillar being next to it. Technically, if you do this right, see here, right? If you do this right, you don't do it the way I did. You pillar up the columns first, and then you do the pillars halfway in between, so you don't have that issue. Anyway, that would be a really cool mod, because it wouldn't take anything away from the game. It's not like a box that gives you all blueprints straight away. You still have to learn the engrams, but once you've done that, you're free to use these engrams as a blueprint and just put them in the smithy and don't have to worry about them. You can use all the resources in the smithy at once to craft like 200 pillars if you need to. And I can currently do like 36. That's all I can carry. And that's done already. So that was 200 pillars since you last saw me. Let's go on. Done. So over here is where we started the original fence. You can still see that. I'm still contemplating upping the pillars so they all have the same height. You see why in a moment, because basically I did that everywhere else. So this is the original fence. Then I had fence foundations, adobe and adobe railings, 2 high mostly, going all along the outside here, using the features of the natural features of the terrain as much as I could. Sometimes going a little bit more in when there was a height difference, so that creatures would be able to jump over a 2 high fence, and I would have to make it 4, 5, 6 high. This is no real use. Like here, for example, that wouldn't really make much sense, so I've excluded that. We might just put up a watchtower or something here. We'll see. Let me come over here. That is the corner where I started the next fence. I basically aimed at that piece over there where the fence ends and just put the first pillar and then went from there. Put the gate in. I actually used some railings here at the corners of the gate. That looks quite nice. We'll see if I continue something like that. I still want to have a platform for stone golems or rock elementals, call them what you like, to stand next to the gate. And I think I want to have a small platform where I can put the artifact, maybe outside, maybe inside, I'm not sure yet, we will see. That will definitely be just a one foundation thingy. Then the fence goes up here. That took a while to do. Some of these, yeah, I had to put up ceilings on top to pillar down and then remove the ceilings and the surplus pillars to make them stick in the rock there. It worked in the end. I have normal spike walls up here, just to make sure nothing wanders in. That should be fine. There's a saber cat that was attacking the gate earlier, so it does work. They can't come in, that's great. It's our main gate to get resources, like wood and stuff like that. All of the trees should be out of a distance where anything we put up prevents respawn. I mean, I harvested that earlier and it's back. That's good. Also, remember I told you that nothing can come on this plateau? Yeah, the Allosaurus can. No matter how, I actually managed to get up here, which was good for me, because I needed to put some pillars down. But it's not good for us in the long term, so I just used, again, spike walls here. That should prevent anything from coming up here. It can't really be attacked that much. Just nothing will glitch up here, and that's good for me. We can use this plateau for something, maybe put another watchtower up here or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. We have a huge area. As soon as those walls are gone, we have a huge area. We'll see. Then we go down here, you know, aqueduct style, to that actual fence on this side. And again, over here, I had to use some tricks to actually get all these pillars working. I think I still need one more. I'll decide if I want to continue that row or if I want to continue this row. And it's looking good. I like it. I started this from standing right in that corner there, where that long pillar is, and aimed over there. So I think for manual aiming that actually looks good. I might just put a spike wall in between or something, although that might look weird. Alright, it's done. Pillar, defense, fence, defense. Pillar, deep, dot, fence, dash, thing. Oh man. It's up and running, so we can work with this whole area now. Now I'm anxious to see if these rocks respawn. I've removed a couple down there. They should respawn. They have respawned all the time, no matter the walls that I have here, so that should be no problem. So we should have a good amount of resources like those rocks spawn within our walls. We don't have to worry about them. There's berries all over the place and fiber. I might actually get a Gigantopithecus and just set him to wander in here to get fiber whenever we need to. That's the thing. I do want to heighten that fence maybe to 3 or 4 high, just to be sure. I mean, there's some corners like here where you just saw that wild kangaroo jumping around. Don't want those to jump in here. So 3 high, 4 high might be a good thing. I might also just go with pillars and just stick them on the end of the fence foundations. We'll see, I'm not sure yet. I don't really want pillars over here. I want to have the view unobstructed, but then again it dips down, so when we're standing over here, even if we have pillars, they will be below eye height. I still think it obstructs a lot down there, and I don't want that. Also, floating bush, and floating rock, and floating pebble. ARK devs, I found an area where you messed up. Thank you. Alright. So, next project, tear down all the walls. At least I don't have to go and get resources and build stuff. I'm actually just gonna use the builder's helmet to get rid of them, I think. I don't know. I don't need the walls. I do need the... well, eventually we will build some more stuff, but I guess I can use the resources more right now than the actual walls. And we can always go and get some more resources and make some more walls, right? Especially if we have our production of resources covered then. Or our harvest of resources covered. And also, since this is all a secure area, we can now go back and build with thatch and wood and the dope and everything we want. So we can make use of more material than just stone. And this is becoming a stone-only project, as so many other bases. I don't like that. I don't mind down there. This is actually quite nice, but if this is our only stone building, it looks good. If this is just one of them, It looks weird. So I'm gonna tear down all of that. Definitely gonna keep the gates. I'd actually exchange the stone gates with those. I don't know. I don't need the gates. And if I replace the stone gates with the adobe gates, then I don't need the stone gates. So either way, it's a waste of resources. So we'll see. Let me tear down all of that. And then I meet you back. Now that was a huge pain. But as you can see, it's done. The gates are gone. The walls are gone. The cables that went through this one gate here, those are gone. That was a pain. I actually had to use the Archie. I didn't use our speed Archie Messerschmitt. I used the Blood Eagle for that because, you know, slower, easier to target. And I put down these fence foundations over here. Can you land? Can you get what? Ah! Stupid. Anyway, I put down these fence foundations here. I think they make a good barrier. You can just walk through them, right? So they don't obstruct you, and I like that. But they do make a visual barrier. So I put all our workforce behind this. I took the feeding trough in here, just put it up there. See, everything's in here, everything's fine. Which now means we also get feeding trough range out here. And this is where our battle force is stationed. I think that looks quite nice. Still don't know if I want to keep them here, if I want to make an extra area. This is still here, obviously, and now you see this weird contraption I had to come up with to make all of that water work. I think we're gonna redesign this. I do not really know if I want to have the cooker here, especially I don't want that box there. I might just extend this out by 1 and put the box over here. But I do not like that you can see all these pipes and the way they are placed. So we're gonna do some redesign on that. And then I did wait like 4 or 5 hours before doing this part of the recording to see what would spawn back in. You see there's some bushes there. We definitely had some walls before. No real stones, but I think this area was pretty devoid of rubble anyway. Except for what you get over here. And those big boulders over there spawn back in. So I guess that's pretty much what we're gonna get. Might just be if I move the dinosaurs out of the area that stuff spawns in, but I don't think that's how it works. Otherwise, it's complete. I haven't had any intruders, which is good. Let's just get up here and have a better look. Yeah, I like that. It's a nice open area. I do want to have some more lights around, so what I probably will do is I craft a bunch of solar panels and just have a light with a solar panel. Which is a huge waste of material, but I guess that's what we're gonna do. Some, like, there on the fence, or maybe even just standing in the base. We have to find places where it makes sense. So I guess what we're gonna do is, when we know where we want the other buildings to be and what kind of buildings we want to be there, we're gonna use those and just have the same extension as we have over there, just a foundation outside with the solar panel, and then we put lights around that. Definitely when we build the Wyvern Tower, which in itself will be like 7x4 for 1. I don't know, maybe we do an 8x8 so we can park 2 on there, and definitely actually want to park 3 on there. Maybe we do 1 tower for each of them. I don't know yet. We'll have to figure that out when we get there. So I will do some more redesign, and I call you right back when stuff is happening. Alright folks, you ready for this? Let's have a look around. Here. Let's go downstairs. I had to tear out half of the floor again. Well, not half of the floor, just over here, and I destroyed my chemistry bench, so I had to make a new one, for which I had to get more materials and, you know, make all of that stuff, and you just ran out of gas, I guess. I had like 150 more crafting up here. Well, 100 and a little bit. Alright. No bother. Where should we start? So I got rid of the cooker over here, right there, and then thought, okay, this whole structure doesn't make any sense, so I tore out the whole floor. I come back to this, and then I thought, well, the water is over here, the solar panel is over here, might as well extend this thing, right? And I've done that. As you can see, we have a 2x3 right here. Nice walkway going up here, and we can go through here, and we can come down here. That's very nice. I stuck a new pipe in here that's not connected to this one. This thing has multiple connection spots, and this is one of them. Just for that. And as you can see, that's where our water skin is for the cooker. Then I had to replace some pipes in here to come out here with an intersection. That's where the cooker is placed now. Works. Tested it already. Paint is now in here. Same as before. Didn't really change. It's just moved over here. The end is near sitting here. Don't really have a spot to put them. Not yet. We don't have anything dedicated. I think I flipped this around. I had to take it out and then I destroyed it by accident and I had to put it back in and don't even get me started. So I put it this way around because this is the least obstructive, so we can walk through here. At least as long as that's not on, because I guess you might get burned. Also, this fits now, right? This is looking good. There, see? Awesome. Get a different color here. Let's make it XP crafted color. There you go. So that fits. The pipe is somewhere in here. Can't see that. Also, you can see this is just a little bit lower than that foundation. The way I achieved that this time is I attached a foundation over here to that foundation, same height obviously, put a pillar in the middle, removed the foundation, and then over here, this foundation I snapped to that pillar, and that makes it just this little bit lower that you can see here. Just this little bit, and that was enough. I mean, I could then have, you know, put a pillar through this one, remove the foundation, snapped another foundation over here to that pillar, and that would lower it by one more increment, but I think that's cool. You don't need a ramp, you have this little step, which doesn't hinder you at all, and it makes sense. I mean, houses usually have that, so water doesn't run in there and all of that. That's cool, I like it. So then I thought, okay, we have this lovely area over here, and you know how I hate stuff when it's not symmetrical, so, yeah. I made the same over here, 2x3. The entrance and exits are different, obviously, but this is just a decorative area. I just thought, okay, you might want to have a nice chill-out area where we can go and sit down and get this out of the way. Just, you know, enjoy the view, have a talk with some friends when they come over, so we could do our next planning session here for going caving or whatever, or we could just sit here and enjoy the view. I thought this is the perfect spot for that. So that got done. Also, that's where I put the old mortar and pestle that I took away from over there where the smithy is. Yeah, what else? Destroyed a refrigerator by accident and put it back in. This seems wonky. Yeah, it is. I have to take that back out and put it back in again. I hate that. Other than that, new chemistry bench, all the stuff is back in here. I can actually put the hut back on. I took that out of the way to show you stuff, otherwise, you know, when you stand here, it's all green. Other than that, these guys are having fun over here. It works quite nicely. My XP boost is here. Doesn't reach all of them. The ones at the end don't get it, so like the Dodig at the moment. Who cares? I mean, we don't use it that often anyway. Nothing else has spawned back in, so this seems to be really what we can get out of this area. This rock is back. So we can set a Dodig on wandering here and see what happens. That might be one of the things. You might actually get 2, 3, 4 more Dodigs. Just, you know, low level ones, let them do their thing. So we can go around and just empty them without having to come over with Truck, who now has like 1200 weight? 1300 weight. That's our weight bird, which can't fly. Yeah. So, building. A little fed up with building for now. This took a lot of effort to actually get it right, and this still needs to be painted. Put a new door in and all of that. I think the next thing we want to do... Yeah, that's the issue. I'm not sure. I mean, I gave you a lot of options there to pick from a couple of videos ago, and you all agreed, don't make the fence out of metal, that looks ugly. And I said, yeah, okay, I'm not gonna do that. And then everybody was fine with me doing whatever. So, Taming pen is there, breeding platform is there. These guys need a home. At the moment that looks good, but it also looks a little bit like a starter base without having a real place to go, and for that, this place is too big. So I guess the next thing is maybe the Wyvern platform. Might be a thing, you know, for Scorches and all the brethren. Let's see how big we actually have to make that so we can comfortably land on there and take off again. Have a walkway in between them. Yeah, I don't know. It definitely needs to be 4 wide. And the Wyvern, if you count tail and everything, is like 8 or 9 long. You can get away with 5. Hello, speaking of tail. You can get away with 5. But if you want to have room to land and to rearrange yourselves a little bit to make to align them, to make them look straight or whatever, you do need those 7. So 7x4. Then you want another one 7x4 and another one 7x4 if you want to have them all on one platform. You do need a way to get up and down, so maybe in between. So that's what? That's 4, 8, so it's definitely 12 wide, 7 deep. I get a 15x9. That's a big thing. 15x9. I mean, look at this. This is 4. And that's another 4. In the middle is 1. So that's 9. That's how long this platform is. It's almost twice as wide. Well, if you count the outer area here, then you have what? 9 and 4 is 13, right? So it's 2 more than that as wide and is as long as the building. Yay. That's gonna be a big thing. Where to put that? Maybe up there, but then we have to walk all the way to the house and back. Which I'm actually quite fine with. Otherwise we have to put it down there and then it obstructs the lovely view, which I don't want. I mean, this area over here I definitely want to have free so that we can see stuff. Might put some dino storage up on the ledge there. I'll park the T-Rexes and all of that on the outer ledge here. We need a couple more feeding troughs for that. So it won't be one of the efficiency projects, one feeding trough for everything as we have it currently. But then we can actually put here what we want. I'm not gonna do a kibble farm, an egg farm. Mortuary is doing that currently, and I've actually helped them out yesterday while I wasn't recording. And we were catching some gallimimus and all of that, to make sure the next time we do some imprinting / breeding, we have all the stuff we need. So I'm going to help him out there, and we're going to continue that project, and that's going to be that. And I think for now, I'm just going to sit here, and ooh, enjoy the view. Can I, like, look somewhere? Where are you? Scryptar, where are you looking at? Hey, talking to you. Hey? That's rude, hey? Alright, that's it for today, folks. If you liked the video, subscribe for more, leave a comment if you feel like it. Don't forget to enjoy yourselves. See you soon, don't fall.